Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing lately, the academic rankings of colleges in the SEC, specifically where the University of Oklahoma stands. But here's the thing, I'm not just here to read off a list of numbers. Personally, I think rankings like these are fascinating because they force us to ask deeper questions about what we value in higher education. Is it just about prestige? Or does it boil down to factors like diversity, cost, and student retention? Let's break this down. First off, the University of Oklahoma is ranked 110th nationally by U.S. News and World Report. That's a solid spot, especially considering it's tied with schools like Brigham Young University and the University of Oregon. But here's where it gets interesting. When you stack OU against the other 16 schools in the SEC, it lands somewhere in the middle. What makes this really interesting is that the SEC isn't just a powerhouse in sports. It's also home to some of the most academically rigorous institutions in the country. Take Vanderbilt, for example, sitting pretty at number 17 nationally. That's a massive gap, right? But does that mean OU is somehow less than? Not necessarily. In my opinion, rankings like these often oversimplify the complexities of what makes a university great. One thing that immediately stands out is the criteria U.S. News uses, graduation rates, retention, peer assessments, and more. These are important, no doubt, but they don't tell the whole story. What many people don't realize is that schools like OU and UT Austin, which are tied at 110th, might excel in areas that aren't fully captured by these metrics. For instance, OU's research opportunities or its impact on the local community could be game changers for certain students. If you take a step back and think about it, maybe the question shouldn't be which school is better, but rather which school is better for you. Now, let's talk about the SEC as a whole. Vanderbilt, Florida, and UT Austin are consistently at the top, but what about the schools further down the list? Louisiana State, Alabama, and Mississippi State, for instance, are ranked much lower. Does that mean they are not worth attending? Absolutely not. From my perspective, these rankings often overlook the unique strengths of regional institutions. A detail I find fascinating is how schools like Auburn and Missouri, both ranked 102nd, might offer specialized programs, or a sense of community that you won't find at a top-tier university. This raises a deeper question. Are we too fixated on national rankings at the expense of what truly matters to individual students? What this really suggests is that the SEC is a microcosm of the broader higher education landscape. You've got your Ivy League-level institutions, your solid-state schools, and everything in between. Personally, I think the diversity within the SEC is what makes it so compelling. It's not just about who's at the top, it's about the range of opportunities available. If you're a student deciding where to go, maybe the rankings should be a starting point, not the final word. So, where does that leave us? OU might not be the academic heavyweight of the SEC, but it's far from irrelevant. In fact, its position in the middle of the pack could be seen as a strength. It's accessible, competitive, and part of a conference that values both brains and brawn. What makes this really interesting is how it reflects a larger trend in higher education, the push to balance academic rigor with inclusivity and affordability. As we wrap up, I'll leave you with this thought: maybe the best college isn't the one with the highest ranking, but the one that aligns with your goals, values, and aspirations. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.